In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how to sign 5 to 10 clients a month for your agency with YouTube Organic. Most agency owners rely on inconsistent acquisition channels like cold DMs or referrals to sign more clients, which brings them 10 clients one month and nothing the other. The YouTube system I'm about to show you in this video doesn't require millions of views or a big personal brand to sign clients from it. And by the end of this video, you will have the exact system to implement for your agency and sign 5 to 10 clients a month. So let's get into it. So ladies and gents, how to sign 5 to 10 agency clients every single month with YouTube Organic. Let's begin. Now, step 1, your targets math breakdown. Now, every single guy talking about YouTube doesn't really break the math behind how to actually sign 10 clients every single month, because signing 10 clients is an outcome and you can't really control the outcome. You need tangible inputs. You need to be able to execute on, be able to guarantee that you will sign or get that outcome. So step 7, we begin from the end because this is the end goal. This is the last step, which is signing a client. Step 7 is 10 signed clients. This is your end goal. Now, step 6, the step before signing 10 clients, is actually taking 20 sales calls. The close rate on organic leads is 50%. Usually goes up to even 75%, but we're going to use 50% as a good middle ground. Okay. Then step 5 is to actually get 25 calls booked. You're going to have leads that are not going to show up. You're going to need more calls booked in order to get that 20 sales calls. Now, not everyone has 80% show up rate, and you definitely should do, because if you don't have that show up rate, or you have less than 50% show up rate, you definitely don't have a lead problem. You actually have systems problem, and you need to fix that before getting any more leads or any of that stuff. So with a solid pre-call and email sequence that pushes your prospects to your client interviews and case studies before the call, you can actually hit 80% show up rate. And this is really important, guys. Now, step 4, in order to get that 25 calls booked, you need 35 qualified applications, because not every single person you're going to speak to is going to be qualified. So in order to get 25 qualified sales calls, you need 35 qualified applications first. Okay. And we're going to use 75 as the qualified percentage. Now, in order to get 35 qualified applications, you need 88 funnel visitors or VSL views. And we're going to use the percentage of people who actually book a call after watching your VSL as 40%. Okay. A well-built VSL with a type form converts 30 to 50% of visitors to completed applications. People who click through your VSL are already pre-sold from your YouTube content. And in order to get 88 funnel visitors, you need 600 CTA viewers. Okay, people who actually see your CTA. So we're gonna use 50% as your CTA click rate. People see your CTA, they actually take the action. Let's say 15 out of 100, we're gonna see your CTA are actually gonna take the action. And in order to get 600 CTA views, you actually need 1,200 total views. And let's say we're gonna use 50% as people who actually reach your mid-video CTA. So you only need to average 300 views per video if you're going to post 4 videos a month to sign 10 clients with YouTube. You don't need a big personal brand. You don't need millions of views or millions of followers. You only need 300 views on 4 videos a month. This is the math broken down on how to actually sign 10 clients a month with YouTube. Now, quick note here, if you're an agency owner and you want to scale your agency with YouTube Organic, click the first link in the description and book a call now. We guarantee 10 to 30 qualified sales calls every single month with YouTube Organically. So if that sounds interesting, click the first link in the description and book a call. And for now, let's get back to the video. Now, how to actually do it, okay? Let's begin by the ecosystem. Now, the golden rule here is that your content must serve your market. When you serve your market for a long enough time, you'll be liked, known, and trusted, and the market will reward you. You only serve your market through fixing the problems within that market. If you create content from a selfish standpoint to serve your own ego and get views, your name won't last that long. So this is really important, guys. Now, step 1 is to define your ICP. Who is your dream client? What are they like? How do they speak? How do they think? What do they appreciate in a good service provider? What do they hate in a service provider? What's their age, gender, niche? You must have answers to all of these questions and even more. Write everything you know about your ICP, and this is the persona you're going to speak to in your content. Now, many people have multiple personas for their ICP, and that's absolutely normal. Just pick the one you prefer the most and speak to it the most, okay? I see a lot of people overcomplicate it and make this type of content for this persona and this type of content for this persona. No, all personas have common pain points, and mostly it's just to get more leads and more money. And you need to speak to 3 of them, but specifically the one you prefer the most. If you have multiple personas, you definitely prefer one the most, so speak to that the most. And step 2, to identify their problems. Once you define your ICP, you must start listing their struggles, problems, and pain points. You will later reverse that into content. Start listing all of their problems. What do they face in their business? What they need to work on? What they're procrastinating on? What do they hate the most? What do they like the most? And start working on that to solve these problems within your content, and it must be related to your service. Now, the actual content, we have 3 main types of content. I'm not going to deeply dive into this because I've already spoke about it in multiple videos, but you have the first type, which is broad how-to content. And this should be 50% of your strategy. 5 out of 10 videos should be brought how to. Now, example for an agency owner is how to set up cold email infrastructure from scratch. How to run Facebook ads for e-com brands, complete tutorial. Now, these are just examples. You need to do your own research and find high converting ideas. Now, I have my own AI that does that for me, but this is only for my clients. But anyway, you need to do your own research, find good ideas, find good topics. This is really important. You need to find ideas that your ICP is suffering from, and they're always searching for new solutions to it. Faster solutions, better solutions, and you need to come up with something that actually solves that problem. Okay. Now, educational content, industry news, updates, concept, objection-based content, etc. For example, why are e-com ads are not converting, or why are cold email copy is not converting. These are just examples. Now, you need to do your own research. 30% of your content must be educational. Now, social proof. Not all the agency owners create this. This is really important, guys. This is the content that actually converts. This is the content that books the most calls. If you don't have social proof content, you're really going to struggle to book any calls and get any clients. You need that. This is absolutely important. It's not just enough to have social proof on your website, landing page, funnel, whatever. Because when you break social proof down, you actually get people to trust you way more because you present numbers, you present screenshots, real names, brands. They can search that up. They can find that brand. They can find that owner. Maybe they already know them and that person has a bit of a personal brand. So it builds a huge trust rather than just putting a name on a website, because anyone can put any name. You need to get videos that break down the process. What did you do for them? And even better if you actually interview that client and get them to speak about their experience working with you, because this builds the most trust. Okay. So a quick example, how client name added X in X days using paid ads. This could be for an e-com brand or whatever service you provide. Client interview, how we 3x name brand revenue in X days. This could be for e-com. Again, this could be for any niche, any service, doesn't matter. Now, how to actually get the ideas and how to find proven ideas that actually work. We have 3 main strategies. Okay. So the first one, which is cross niche ideation. This is the best one for agency owners. You find high performing YouTube channels outside your niche and in similar niches to you. Okay. For example, if you offer Facebook ads to e-com, you find, for example, Facebook ads for B2B, email marketing for e-com. Once you go on these channels, you want to find high performing videos, and then you want to go on GPT and copy the title of that video. Okay. So, and then you're going to copy this prompt and then put your title here. Then GPT is going to extract the universal template and you can spin that up for your niche. So for example, this video was, the laziest way to make money online 2025. Here you have the universal template, which is laziest way to achieve desired outcome in time frame, impressive result. You can take this template and spin it for your niche. And you can actually, this title is proven to work in many niches, in fitness, studying, doesn't matter. This universal template is proven to work. You can search it up for yourself. And this strategy is so effective. Like a lot of agency owners just rely on that to sign clients. Now, the other one, which is service or product-based ideation. This is a really good one. You start with your main problem and you branch down. Example, main problem, help e-com brands reach X revenue in Y time frame. What's the mechanism? Facebook ads. What goes into Facebook ads? UGC content, ad scripting, media buying, etc. What goes into UGC content? Where to hire creators, how to train creators, brand voice alignment, etc. Ad scripting, hooks, headlines, body copies. Media buying, what goes into media buying? Campaign structure, Andromeda update strategies, testing strategies, and you just branch down on every single aspect of your service. You need to be able to break your service into at least 5 to 15 core topics. And under each of these core topics, you need to be able to list 10 to 15 subtopics. So you will end up with at least minimum if you do that, let's say 5 and 10, we'll end up with 50 ideas, 50 videos you can make. And this is just within 2 minutes of just branching down in your service. You literally do it every day for client fulfillment. So you're going to make a video on each of these. Now, not all of them are going to be good videos. So you just need, again, to research, use the first method to actually research and see if they are good ideas or not. Okay. For example, headlines, how to write headlines that actually get clicks. Ad copies, how to write a meta ad copy like an X. UGC scripts, how to script 6-figure UGC ads. By the way, these are all proven titles I copied from YouTube. Okay. Now, the last strategy, which is sales-based ideation. You need at least 5 to 15 sales calls recorded. You can use tactic.io to transcribe all of them and then put all the transcription in the text file. Once you do that, you can head over to GPT and ask it to analyze the transcription and get you the most common objections. Okay, these objections are your video ideas. Quick example here, it's too expensive. A video topic would be, why not being on YouTube costing you more than you think? Or for example, I don't think this is the right time for me. Video topic, why you must be on YouTube in 2026, or why running meta ads is the smart move you'll make in 2025. These just are quick examples. Now, lastly, monetization, how to actually monetize these videos. Now, lastly, monetization, how to actually monetize this content to get the leads, okay? Because you can actually make all of that content and just, not end up with any clients because you didn't actually focus on monetization. So let's begin. This is really important. We have 5 steps we're going to cover. So the first step, which is the double CTA. You need 2 CTAs in every single video you post one at the very first half of your video and another at the end. This captures the most traffic. This is really important. Not a lot of people watch the video until the end to actually hear your CTA in the end. So you need to place a CTA in the very first half of your video within the first couple of minutes, like within minute 3 or something. You need to have a quick CTA like how I did in this video to actually get people to click the first link in the description and book a call or apply or whatever. Okay, this is really important, guys. I see a lot of people skip this one. You need to do it. This is absolutely important. Step 2, redirect the traffic to your funnel, not a website. This is really important. Again, this is the most crucial one here. VSL plus Typeform is the golden standard for agencies in 2026. This is the best funnel you can ever have. Now, the VSL length should be on the shorter end. 5 to 10 minutes is the sweet spot because you're selling to, you're a B2B business, so business owners don't have that much time to spend on a 40-minute VSL. So make it on the shorter end. 5 to 10 minutes is the sweet spot. Your Typeform must have qualifying questions to filter out broke leads. This is really important, guys. You don't want just calls on your calendar. You don't want to waste your time. I would rather you get 5 calls every single week with qualified prospects who are ready to buy from you than to actually have 15 or 20 every single week with just random people. And if you actually do it right, like what we said here, when you speak to your ICP specifically, you're not going to really run into many broke leads or unqualified ones because content is going to qualify them anyway. But just having this on your funnel ensures that no broke leads or any unqualified person will seep in or leak into your funnel. Now, step 3 is to actually place your link. Step 3 is now to place your funnel link everywhere. First link in description, pinned comment, and channel bio. This captures the most traffic. And also for the other platforms like X, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever, you need to place the link to one of your videos, like your best video, you need to place it on there. When you get attention from these platforms don't build much trust. So I would rather send them to YouTube to actually build trust there, and from there you can convert. I do this to all of my clients, and you use a software called urlgenie.us. Okay? Use that. This is the best software to have a deep link. Deep link is basically, instead of opening in the web, it opens the app on their phone. Step 4, this is really important, non-negotiable. I've written that, had to do it. Sell shamelessly. Do not be ashamed to sell. You need to be clear with your intentions, like dating. You want to be clear with your intention, okay? Be clear with the intentions and sell shamelessly. And when you sell shamelessly, you only attract buyers. A lot of people are just shy or shying away from selling. They don't want to sound transactional. No, you shouldn't give a fuck about that. You just want to sell. You want to collect cash. That's the only thing you give a fuck about. You're only using your channel to generate money. You're not creating content for the sake of doing it, okay? You're making content to collect cash and make money. You don't give a fuck about if you have views, if people like you, whatever. You want to make money, okay? This is the most important thing. So sell shamelessly. This is the point. Now, the last step, which is to call out unqualified leads. Always filter out broke leads through your language in your videos. Never speak to anyone outside your ICP. When you do that, you only attract your ICP because they're the only people that will resonate with you. Now, quickly, what should the schedule for you look like when you want to run this system for your agency? Now, the schedule for one video a week, you want to go on Monday and identify one problem or one topic and write one title, okay? On Tuesday, you script and prepare the resources, my report, gamma presentation, whatever, okay? And write the description. This day takes the most time. It takes around an hour to 2 just to prepare the video. Here, it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes. So you're only spending the least amount of time on content. Now, on Wednesday, you record and assign the task to the team members, okay? You assign the video editing to the video editor and thumbnail to the thumbnail or whatever. You don't do shit on Thursday. And then on Friday, everything should be done and you post. Maybe if your team is slow as fuck, you can just post on Saturday. But if you work with me, our team gets it done within the same day. So you're good. Now, schedule for 2 videos a week. On Monday, you identify 2 problems and 2 topics and write 2 titles. On Tuesday, you script 2 videos and prepare 2 resources or 2 my reports or gamma presentations, whatever, and write 2 descriptions. On Wednesday, you record 2 videos and assign everything. Again, and you post on Friday and then post again on, Sunday. You can even move it to Monday if you don't want to do shit on Saturday and Sunday and you're lazy. Whatever. Do whatever feels good to you. And now you know the exact system to sign 5 to 10 agency clients every single month with YouTube Organic. But here's the thing that actually separates agency owners who are going to scale from the ones that are going to stay stuck in the same revenue range. It's implementation. So if you're ready to scale your agency with YouTube Organic, we guarantee 10 to 30 qualified sales calls every single month within 90 days or you don't pay us a cent. So if that sounds interesting, click the first link in the description and book a call now. And if you want to learn how to script highly converting YouTube videos in 2026, click the video on the screen right now where I break everything down. And I'll catch you in the next one.